Hey folks, it's the Podsquad with Wendy Card and yours truly, Jane Maulucci. Thanks for joining us. This is August 25th, 2022. Oh my gosh, where has the time gone? And this is episode, this must be a lucky number, 220. There you go. And today's special guests are Steve Skiffington from Braver Angels, Jon Burger, Craven Arts Council and Gallery, and Kelly Michaud. And she's talking to us about the Coastal Women's Forum, one of my favorite things. And so, Wendy, it's on to you.
So learn with us as we meet the special guest and talk about the people, places, events, happenings, and all kinds of things, New Bern and surrounding areas. So please join the conversation by commenting on this stream, I guess. And if you have an announcement, anything, feel free to join in the conversation.
Just say hi. Let us know you're there. We love that too.
and happy Friday Eve. So
yeah, we're getting close. Wow. I always am surprised when Thursday comes for some reason. You know, it's like, where did the rest of the week go? It's Thursday already. Oh my gosh! So it's been a busy week. It's been a little wild. You know, Wendy, as I was telling you before we came on the air, that last Thursday I had an internet trauma.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just giving everybody a heads up. If you have stored all of your contacts in your Google file or on your phone in your contacts and you have them nowhere else, stop. Download them somewhere else, you know, like on a regular basis. A good technical person would tell you to do this. Me, as not a good technical person, is telling you to do this because last week I wiped out my personal email account by accident. Google is working with me to restore it, please. And so I lost all of my personal contacts. I still have most of my business contacts, but I lost some of them too because they were under a different account that was connected with that personal account. So anyhow, you know, you hear this all the time. Don't have all your contacts, especially for your business, in Facebook or anything else, because once they're gone, they're gone. So make sure to download that, put it in an Excel file, whatever, so that you can upload it somewhere else later. But, you know, keep track of that, because I'm missing people right now that I really do wish that I still had their contact information. So please, Google, please restore my account. We're working on it together. And it pays to be nice.
Yeah, we're not going to talk bad about Google at all.
No. We love Google. No, I have to say that all of the technicians that I encountered through Google have been outstanding. And they really listen to me and they really work to understand the problem. And I think that's something that's just important anywhere you go is, you know, be human and be kind. And generally stuff will work out. And it's okay to say, you know, I'm really distressed about this. Can you help me? But you don't need to scream at people. You don't need to get nasty. You know, just have a conversation. What do you think?
Yeah, actually, you know, when I have to call, say there's an issue with the television or something, or I have to call, you know, support. I may be really stressed out about it, but I'm like, I always, before I make that call, I'm like, the person on that other line is just answering the phone and they just want to help you.
Yeah.
So I even say, in case I start getting irritated, I'm not upset with you, and I apologize in advance if I do.
Yeah.
But I really try to keep, you know, my cool, because it's not going to help anyone. So
Right. Yeah, and I had to change a plane reservation. I'm actually going to fly. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I know. And I had to make an adjustment on the reservation, and the person who took the call, she was lovely and everything. And at the end of the call, I said, well, I hope everybody's nice to you today. And she was like, oh, that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, boy, does her job, you know, suck. Because people aren't nice, you know, we're trying to get things done. And I know people are distressed with flights getting canceled and everything else. And I have been in that situation, but really it doesn't pay to chew up the person on the other end of the line.
Yeah, they're probably not going to help you in the long run.
Yeah, right. Because they can easily push that button and say, "Oh, gee, I lost the call.
What happened?
Oops. How did that happen? Oh, bad internet connection. Oops."
So Jane, where are you going?
Well,
There's
I'm of all places, I'm going to Florida. It's for a conference. I'm going down there for a special conference, and it's for one of my clients. So this was totally out of the blue. But I'm going to Miami.
Wow.
Yeah, not a place that was high on my list of places to see because having been stationed in Homestead, I saw enough of Miami. Um, but
Right.
this will be a great trip, and it'll be a really interesting educational opportunity. So I'm looking forward to it. And I love to fly. I'm one of those crazy people who thinks that getting an airplane is like the coolest thing ever. So,
Well, that's why you were in the Air Force.
actually, I kind of thought that maybe I would get to be in the air, and that never happened. I was just on the air. So, but that worked out okay too.
You were on the air, and you still are. There we go.
Yeah,
You
in
know,
a way.
my first transfer, I was in San Diego, and I was going to be stationed in Bethesda, so I had to, you know, I always did a what a DIY move, whatever it used to be
Yeah.
called. Put everything in the vehicle and just move because it was just me, And well, I bought a vehicle so I didn't have to fly. That's how afraid of flying I am.
No, really?
Drive home, like, yeah, I would drive home on to Buffalo from Maine or wherever, um, just for a weekend because I was too afraid to fly. Isn't that bizarre?
That
Yeah,
is. I didn't know that about you. That's too funny.
yeah. I'm not.
Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think getting in an airplane is like the coolest thing ever. I had a horrible job at one time where I would fly out on Tuesday morning at 8 o'clock and fly home on Thursday evening at 8 o'clock. And the best part of that job, aside from the paycheck, was that I got to fly every week. It was like, oh, I get to go fly.
Oh,
you
well,
know?
good for you. Yeah, I guess it's all in the attitude.
Yeah, I guess. And, the smell of jet fuel, I don't know. It's like, oh, goody.
You're being in the back of a C-130, and like a parachute kind of like a net thing with, double hearing protection. Is the mail cargo,
Yeah.
the big, yeah.
Yeah. I flew in a C-130 on leave one time going from Frankfurt to Rota, Spain. And we were flying over mountains. I'm going to say it was the Alps because my geography is terrible, so everybody else will correct me. But it was a little wild because you are in this, van with propellers, and you look out and you can see the mountains, and they look really close, and you certainly don't want to land there. And but it was phenomenal to be able to do that. It was great, just take that hop. So that was one of the advantages of
Yeah, yeah,
being
yeah.
in the military. So see, and you're a retiree. I didn't retire out. You did. So you could still take Mac flights. And that's not going to happen for you.
I think they were $10 at the time.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
$10 wherever you wanted to travel. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to find out if that still is an option. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
get over my fear of flying. I'm going to pick up my tranquilizer or whatever. Well, tomorrow I'm having dental, so I just need to get that for the airplane.
Or maybe like, those bracelets that you have for when you're on a boat. Maybe they've got special bracelets you can take, for being in an airplane that will keep you zenned out so that you don't freak.
I just need one of those. What do you call it? What is the guy?
A tranquilizer?
No, a person that you go see, a hypnotist.
A hypnotist. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So, are there any hypnotists in New Bern?
I'm sure there are. There's some great acupuncture people in New Bern too, so they can
Yeah,
help you.
Robin Bilby. She's
There you
awesome.
go. There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah. I mean, you've got a whole collection of alternative medicine people here, which is really outstanding when you think about what we have for options. And it's really neat to see that our traditional, for lack of a better term, people are also referring to these, new age practitioners, because they can do a lot of good for you.
Yeah, I mean it's a win-win,
Yeah. So
So
we've got to find somebody. So if anybody knows who can help Wendy, knows of somebody who can help Wendy get over her fear of flying, let us know. Send us a little message here so that we can get that handled for her, because she's missing out.
there you go. Yeah, I'm just living in a box.
So what's happening for you, Wendy? What are you up to?
Let's see. I don't know if I can do this. I'm gonna try to do it. What the heck? Okay, so
Okay, drum roll.
let's see if I can do this. Tab. Whoops.
My drum's getting tired.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Trying to where is it?
Okay, this is really terrible television here.
Okay, get it.
What were you trying to do?
It's called a certified wildlife habitat.
Ooh.
And our guest is calling. So I'm just gonna
All right, we'll get back to that later then. Super.
hold on. You just keep talking, Jane.
Okay. Well, our guests today, in case you turned in late, are Steve Skiffington from Braver Angels, Jon Burger from Craven Arts Council and Gallery, and Kelly Michaud, one of my favorites, from the Coastal Women's Forum. So we've got quite a few people here that are going to be interesting to talk to. And Steve Skiffington, if you're not aware of Braver Angels, this is an organization that's getting people to talk to each other, to be human beings again, and to forget our political divides. Not that we have any. But anyhow, that's the whole mission of Braver Angels. So if you go online and look them up, you'll see that their whole goal is to get people to just have those conversations about how we're alike, more alike than different. And that's really going to be a great thing. And then Jon Burger at the Craven Arts Council and Gallery, he's going to be jumping in here to talk to us about the gallery and what's coming up and all the exciting things that are happening there. So Wendy, what have you got? I'm still working on her phone, so I'm just going to continue baffling on here. And Kelly Michaud is also going to be here today. She is our new president for the Coastal Women's Forum, and she also has Solid Rock Accounting. And she is a wonderful guide for small businesses in our area, and because she does lots of classes through the Small Business Center. And also, it's fantastic to have her at the helm of the Coastal Women's Forum. So, Wendy, what's up?
I'm trying to. How do I send a link to the person's phone?
You should be able to just send it to his email or text it to him, and he should be able to get that text or email on his phone. So if he's got an email on his phone, he should be able to pick it up from there. And I'm sure Steve is smart enough to know how to get something off of his email.
Oh, he asked if I could text it to him. So, all right.
Okay. Here we go.
20 seconds, folks.
20 seconds. So meanwhile, back at the ranch, I'm going to be taking a trip to Asheville very soon. And if anybody has suggestions on good places to eat, something that you absolutely must see aside from the Biltmore, because yeah, of course I'm going to go there. But I'd love to hear that. So if you've got any ideas, this is my first time heading really toward the western part of the state. Drove through it to get to Huntsville, where one of my sons lives, but haven't really had the chance to stop in Asheville. So I'm very excited to have this opportunity to get up there. And I understand that the Biltmore is really something to see. Imagine that is your summer place. What was the regular house looking like?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the mansions in Rhode Island and in Providence, and oh my gosh, those were really something to see too. It's built around the same era as well. And it's just amazing what these people, did with construction and their lifestyle and everything. And I don't know that I'm envious, but it sure is interesting to see. And I'm glad that they put all of those artisans to work for them, because that's a really good thing. So Wendy, where are we?
Okay, where are we? Oh, I was talking about a certified wildlife habitat.
Yeah, tell me about this.
This is exciting stuff. I don't know if you pay attention, if anyone's on our social media, the morning post, usually it posts at 7 a.m. Today was a fluke. It's just one of those days. It posted like at 11. But I drive around town and take pictures of like trying to find something different, right?
Yeah.
People are like, where's that at? Because I don't know where it's at until I actually see it. So there's a sign that, like, I'm not going to bring it up right now, but it has certified wildlife habitat.
Oh.
It looks like a bear, but it has a raccoon tail and a ranger hat.
Oh, sweet.
And I'm like, what is that sign? Right. So I got it on my vehicle. And one was really faded. I couldn't really read it.
Yeah.
And I drive down the road, and then I saw another one. And then I go on to a couple different roads and another one. I'm like, this is wild. What is this? Right. And basically, it's as there's so much construction and like the James said the 70 highway corridor in James City, and just as our community expands and grows, the habitat shrinks for the wildlife, right? So people are encouraged to join 10,000 plus certified wildlife habitats in North Carolina. And basically you create a little pocket of habitat to support wildlife.
Oh, great.
And I'm not saying like invite bears in your backyard unless you live on a farm or something, and yeah, we don't want to feed the bears because then they get used to humans. But this is more like, there's so many species that are almost threatened, the birds and the different amphibians and reptiles. So there's things that you have to provide, which is water, food, cover, and then place to raise their young, and like bird houses, bat boxes, owl roosts, and make sure you follow the hygiene protocol. But and you commit to using sustainable practices, like not using herbicides, pesticides, and don't overuse the water. You create perhaps a rain catchment. So it's a really cool thing. And if you want to learn more, check out the National Wildlife Federation. It's nwf.org, and click on the certified button. So it's pretty cool.
That's excellent. So you could do that in anybody's backyard. You could,
or you can do it on your patio.
Wow.
Like say you have, you have the anoles.
Yeah.
You have a place like the cat's going to eat the eggs or the babies.
Yeah.
Create a little shelter for them, and that way the cat can't get in there, or possum or something.
Yeah.
So you gotta read about it. It's $20 to register, and it could help support our wildlife.
That's a great thing. That's really cool. I made a point when we started doing our garden in front to put in things that were going to attract the hummingbirds and the bees and all that, the pollinators, because as we're having a problem with pollinators. They just don't have enough stuff to eat that's growing for them. And it's really pretty easy when you go to your garden centers. I went to Pinecone Home and Garden, and I picked up a butterfly bush, but Wendy's got a whole program there about getting those environments going and all. So if you talk to her or one of her staff at Pinecone Home and Garden, she can help you out there and give you some information about what plants you can put in your yard or in your little patio area to attract more of the pollinators and to support them. So pretty cool. That's great though. So that's the National Wildlife Federation, nwf.org.
Yes.
And then certification.
So click the certified button, and
the certified button.
And without further ado, guess who's with us? Steve, thumbs up. You ready? Yeah.
Super. That's great.
Patience.
Hey, Steve.
Hello there. Hello, New Bern. Nice to be here.
Glad we got you online. This is super, Steve. I was reading about the Braver Angels, and I'm so excited to meet you and have you talk to us about the commonalities we have and how we're all really kind of working together here. Tell us what your mission is as part of the Braver
We
Angels.
hope to do that. Well, Braver Angels is the largest bipartisan nonprofit in the country dedicated to depolarizing this country.
Hey!
There is no doubt that we're in trouble. We have become two Americans, two Americas. Each one's angry at the other, and neither trust each other, not even their basic humanity or their good intentions.
Yeah.
We look at our political opponents, and I'm reading. I'm sorry, reading is better than me making it up. We view our political opponents as uninformed, misguided, stupid, or bad. People whose way of thinking are both dangerous and incomprehensible to us. We live in our own echo chambers where all we hear is our side all the time, and it tends to make us more extreme and more nervous.
Yeah.
Many of us have banished friends and family from our very lives. This level of civil rancor obviously threatens the country, and it has got to stop. And we're dedicated to doing that. Braver Angels is braverangels.org. We have several programs working toward that end. The most common, and thank you for putting that on the screen. The most common program we have is called the Red and Blue Workshop. That is a day-long gathering of an equal number of red and blue voters. They sit with an experienced moderator to get to the core questions so we can see each other's soul, why we believe this and why we do that. During the meetings, obviously, we got some rules. One is you speak for yourself. You don't even speak for your party. You speak for yourself.
Oh, I love that. That's such a great idea, Steve, because too many times I think the message really comes as a statement of party rather than this is my feeling. This is what I want to see. And
Correct.
And I think that's really a fantastic connector between people to understand that it's a personal hope or desire rather than a party line.
Correct. Now, we are not out during these sessions to convince one side that the other is right to begin with.
Sure.
We are not out to push any agenda other than deep listening.
Wow.
During the day, there are several exercises. One of them that I love is we'll take all the reds into one room and all the blues into the other, because normally we sit all together, and we'll say, tell us what the other side says about you. Tell us what they say.
Ooh.
And then, when, of course, they get this huge list, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll say to them, okay, you pick 2 or 3. We don't care what you pick. And you tell us why that thing is not true. And you select someone to tell that to the big group. So the big group comes back, and the red and the blue sit in the middle. Everyone's sitting around them. And they say, this is what you say about us. And this is why we think it's not true.
Wow.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
It's very powerful. We don't expect to sit around and sing Kumbaya.
Yeah, that's a little much to expect.
yeah, and you don't want me to sing anyway. That would be all over. Okay,
that's a whole other camp.
Yeah, it's just an amazing experience, and we have an upcoming event I want to put on your calendar on September the 27th. We have what we're calling a community informational event. It's at the Harrison Center. And again, that'll be from 6 to 7 on September 27th.
That's great.
We're going to have someone from our state level who's a lot smarter than I am giving a presentation. He will also be open to any questions, and hopefully he's got the answers. There will be information we can pass out. We'll have clips running. And by the way, if you go to our website, which is braverangels.org again, look for the red and blue workshop. You'll see it. You'll see clips about it. You'll see information about it. And what you have up there now, what we do is beautiful. Again, I'm really not that much of a public speaker. I was great in the classroom with little kids, but I got involved.
I'm sure that those skills apply to this group.
Well, I hope so. I hope I didn't do too much damage, which is anyway a story.
This is super.
But I got involved with the Angels when I was still in Sacramento, California, and I saw how powerful it was.
That's great.
And California, like any other state, is divided, and it's killing us.
Yeah,
it's killing each other. It's inhumane. It has to stop. So this is our attempt to make that happen. We are also going to have an actual red and blue workshop here in October.
Wow.
But we're not releasing the exact date yet because we're not sure, facilities and all that.
Right.
My email is, my name is on the screen. So my email is S for Steve and then Skiffington @braverangels.org. And I answer every email and I will call you if you want me to call you. I'll sit down. I have coffee with you. I'll buy the coffee.
Wow. There's an offer.
Wendy's got her hand up. She must want a cup of coffee. Hi, Wendy.
For those listening on the radio or podcast, it's Steve, Steve, Skiffington, Skiffington @braverangels.org. Right?
Let me correct that. It is simply S for Steve and then Skiffington. It's not my full name. So it'll be S Skiffington @braverangels.org.
There you go.
Yeah.
And also, when you go to the website, you can select North Carolina and you can select Eastern North Carolina, and you can see what activities are coming up and also other connections there, who's on the board, who's running the show, and just great connections because they also have the bios of the people who are involved so that you can have your heartfelt affiliations right there and know that this is really an organization that represents both sides of the divide.
Absolutely. We really strive for balance. And one last thing when they want to get in, when we have the event itself, when we have the workshop, there is an even balanced number, and it's small, between 5 and 8 of each color. In addition to that, we have observers sitting in an outer circle. Observers can be of any stripe. They are not allowed to speak. They're not allowed to give facial expressions. They are simply there to listen. And if on the morning of the workshop, we got one red or blue that's sick, then of course, we will ask one of the observers to step in. The observers are welcome to mingle with everyone during social times, which means food. It is an all-day event. It is highly scripted. We are very careful of our language. We don't want to throw out any lobbing, flaming bobs by our language. So we're very careful because we want a deep conversation. And if we don't have a deep conversation, which means listening, not just waiting your turn to talk,
right,
then we're never going to really hear each other. We're not going to. And we desperately need to hear each other now because everyone is in pain.
Yeah.
Right.
So it has to stop. Yes, Wendy, I'm sorry.
I have a question. You say red and blues. What about like during this past, just the runoff alone, I think there was over 1,000 or at least 1,000 unaffiliated voters.
Yeah.
And, like, have you talked about this? And,
Yes, we have. Now, in our planning, and everything we do is balanced. Everything. We have what we call a red organizer and a blue organizer. Those are people who are responsible for filling the seats for the event. They have been told they
Oh no, we've just lost Steve. Oh dear.
He was just getting to the. No, it's all good stuff.
It is. It's great. And Steve, we hope you come back. I'm going to make an assumption here that there you go. You're back.
We lost you there for a
Yeah,
minute.
we lost you there for a second. So the red and blue organizers are told to have a balanced group. And what about the unaffiliated?
They may invite, that's up to them.
Uh-huh.
Okay. But we call it red and blue because the way we view it, the most antagonism is coming from party identified, both sides. So
Absolutely.
we want party identified to talk. Unaffiliated are welcome to be an observer, and it is up to the red and it is up to the blue organizers if they will seat one of them at the table.
Okay. That's great.
We also have, and this again is up to the organizers for the event. It is not up to me, but we normally encourage that they invite press because we need to get the word out. And of course, there are safeguards, picture from the back and all this stuff, and that'll be worked out. And when people are invited to be a participant, that is explained to them.
That the press will be there. Right.
Yeah, the press will be there. And now if the red and the blue decide together not to have press, then we will not have press. Mm-hmm. But to me, I'm strongly asking them to consider it. It's the only way to get the word out to an even wider audience, as we're doing with you. So I thank you so much for letting me come on and speak here.
Great.
No, I think it's what you're trying to do is very important.
Yes.
To help us get back to some kind of civility,
mm-hmm. Community.
It's
all, and New Bern is little New Bern, and I'm new here. I'll tell you right now, I only got here last October, and New Bern, I believe, is ripe for this. And the reason I believe that is the more I talk to people, the more people start getting and go, oh, I want to be part of that. And people are just coming to me from all over, and they're not coming to me, they're coming to Braver Angels. I'm just the face right now. Yeah. But that's a very good sign to me. And they're coming to me red and blue.
Super.
Because they want to, we can do this.
Yes, we can. Thank you.
We can do this.
Thank you, Steve, for being here today. Thank you so much for this organization and the events that are coming up. To learn more, go to braverangels.org, select North Carolina, then select Eastern North Carolina, and you can find out about all the events. And we can't wait to hear about the upcoming event in October. So thanks so much for being here today, Steve.
Okay, hope to see you on September 27th.
There you go.
Steve, thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Take care. That's fantastic. What a great organization.
Yeah, that's very interesting. And and you know who else is very interesting?
Let me see. Is his first name Jon?
It's Bern. Bern.
Hey, Bern.
It's me, Jon. How are you guys?
How are you?
Good. 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 I'm filming from my car. I hope that's okay.
It's perfect. We're just happy to see you.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
How's it going?
Things are great.
The Craven Arts Council. You are the program director. Is it program?
I'm the development director at the Craven Arts Council Gallery. It's okay.
All right.
My title changed recently, a few months ago. It's all good. But yeah, so I'm with the Craven Arts Council, and I really wanted to share about this really awesome grant opportunity that we do every year. It's called the Artist Support Grant, and it's funded by the North Carolina Arts Council, but we facilitate our region, which is Region 3, and every county and in North Carolina participates in this, but the Artist Support Grant is a fantastic opportunity for artists who are kind of just getting started in their business to get funding for tools, going to conferences and learning more, and even just paying for materials for specific projects, and even developing their website. But it's just a really great grant opportunity, and so I just really wanted to share about it.
Wow, that's great. So how do people apply for this? What do they have to do?
So the grant application is pretty straightforward. It's on our website. You can find all of the eligibility requirements, but I'll give you a couple. You do have to live in the region that you're applying for at least a year prior to applying to it. So our region is Carteret, Craven, Duplin, Jones, Lenoir, Onslow, and Pamlico County. So anybody who's lived in any of those counties for a year can apply for it. Individuals and really small groups of artists can apply for it, and the funding ranges from $500 to $1,000.
Wow.
And so anybody above the age of 18 basically can apply for this. But like I said, the full eligibility requirements are on our website at cravenarts.org, and as well as the application for the grant.
Oh, that's great. You cover such a broad area. You have a wide range of artists and artisans available to apply for this grant.
Yeah. So anybody, it's not just the visual arts. It can be anybody who does music, theater, dance, anything like that, even literary, any artist. And the deadline is September 9th. Either online at midnight or in person by 8 p.m. at the Bank of the Arts. You can drop off a physical application. But yeah, anybody who does any work within like the fine arts realm can apply for this grant.
That's fantastic. So I have a personal bias. I'm looking at authors who might need artwork. So would that tie in with this grant?
Yeah, so as I understand it, if they have like a specific project in mind and doing this project will help to further their career somehow, and there can be some sort of proof of how that has helped to further their career, then yes, they can apply for that. Super.
So it really does cover a broad spectrum of creatives and artisans. That's great. And just go to the website and look up the grant and fill out the forms and get moving on it.
Yeah, and actually, Jon did a webinar about a month ago where a bunch of people hopped on it and asked very specific questions to their project, and he has that full recording on our website too. So if you have any questions, be sure to check that out. He even goes over like some tips for applying as well. And if you have any specific questions, like feel free to reach out to us and contact Jon. In fact, the reason why he couldn't come today is because he's in a meeting with somebody talking with them about the artist support grant. So
all right.
Be sure to reach out to him. He's willing to meet with you and talk with you in person and go over your application. So don't hesitate to ask us any questions.
Super. That's great.
What you all do, I mean, you're always doing, you have something going on like all the time. And I just happened to be at Cream of Brew. I haven't been over there in a long time. And I saw the piece by piece sculpture, and it's just, I remember you all talking a long time ago, you know, he's showing I think Jon had the little, the origami,
the cranes, the origami cranes. Yeah.
But now seeing it, the final piece is just spectacular, and thank you for doing that. That was just incredible.
Well, we couldn't do it without members of our community helping us, and we hope to it's a part of a public art series that we're calling Art in Public Places, and we hope to do a public art project every year. So we're already brainstorming, so be on the lookout for our next public art project. We're very excited, and be sure to check that out as well. But thank you for all the compliments about piece by piece. It does look pretty nice.
Well, and it's just like what you all do at Craven Arts Council is not. It's very you include the community at large, always. And I think that's what makes what you do so special, is because it is about our town. So
thank you so much.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We do really want to involve the community with our Art in Public Places project. Kind of our slogan for it is by the community for the community. So we love having our community help us with these projects.
That's fantastic.
Awesome.
Great.
You rock. So
oh, thanks. You guys do too.
So Bern, if anyone wants to learn more, they go to cravenarts.org. And is
Yeah,
that right?
.org.
cravenarts.org. And your number is
252-638-2577. And don't hesitate to call us and ask us any questions about it.
Great.
okay.
Super.
Was
Well,
it
thanks. We're sad that Jon wasn't here today, but not really, because we're thrilled to have you here. So
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
so yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you guys so
Thanks.
much for letting me come on and share about this awesome opportunity for artists in our area.
Anytime. You come
Thanks.
out anytime. So have a great day and say hi to
Thank
Jon.
you.
Take care.
Okay.
Will do. You guys too.
All
Bye.
right, thanks. Bye-bye. Woo!
Great. Hey. Wow. That's fantastic that it covers all sorts of artists, from performance to visual arts. That's a great thing. So we have a lot of different people in our community who are considered artists under that banner. So
Right. And I want to give a shout out to, here we go.
it is.
Ashley McDaniel. She's incredible. Anyway, it's one of her sketches, or I'm not an artist, so I cannot say exactly what it is. It's not a painting. I think it's a sketch or illustration.
Might be a charcoal. Can't tell from here.
Yeah, and my sister painted that a long time ago. So
Nice.
But
wow.
Arts they're just so important,
Mhm.
and what Jon did, like, to teach people, like not just artists, but just people, how to apply for grant. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because people hear grant, it's like, oh no, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow, and they never.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So-
it gets a little scary. It's like, yeah, great, it's there, but how do I get this all filled out? What do I
Right.
do? That's a terrifying process, or it can be. But I
Yes.
think Jon did a nice job of making sure that it's not.
Yeah,
Answer the
especially-
questions, they'll help you through it. So how cool is that?
It is. It's awesome, because there's so many people that say, I can't write. There's no way I can do it. Before they even know it's not that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of work, but it's worth it.
Yeah, don't put barriers in front of yourself. Just go for it. See what you can do. You'd be
Right.
amazed. You'd be amazed.
And
Super.
speaking of wonderful leaders, we have
Kelly.
Kelly. Are you ready, Kelly?
She's ready. She's always ready.
She's always ready. You got
That's
that
right. She's got an answer for everything. Hey, look at this. We're almost color coordinated. Oh my gosh. Well, okay, I'm a little too bright right now, but the rest of it's good. Kelly, it's lovely to see you.
It's
Yes,
lovely
it
to see
is.
you both. I don't think there is anything as too much color. So
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
color is great.
So we're thrilled that you are the
Wow.
new president for the Coastal Women's Forum. Wendy was just over the moon when I told her about it. So, what's coming up for this year? What's your plan?
Well, thank you first of all for having me. I think it's I am a little overwhelmed, and making sure that things stay on track. We, Coastal Women's Forum is not new to this area. We're in our 34th year. However, some people have told me that it's a best kept secret. So that will be one of the goals this year, is to make it not a best kept secret, and be able to share the word about Coastal Women's Forum. As you both know, it's an amazing group of women, and they're from all walks of life, from professional folks to home-based businesses, to folks that are retired, to teachers. I mean, we just have a wealth of diversity among the group. And I think that we need to make sure that other women know it. Because as you know, Coastal Women's Forum is about networking with each other. It's about educating women. It's also about encouraging each other. And I think that all of those are things that we need. We need all the time, right? I'm a big proponent of we can never get too much information.
Right.
You go to meetings, you hear speakers, not all of it may be something that you take in, but there's going to be something that's for you. And I just think that happens all the time, at least for me. I sit there and I think, oh, how'd they know that? How'd they know that about me? So this year, the goal is to really go back to kind of the original basis. Everything has been so, it's been different, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Even though we're in 2022, we're still just coming off of COVID, really. People are just, the last 6 months, I think, beginning to feel like, okay, maybe things will get back to normal. A lot of people are still staying with virtual activities and things, and we're determined to bring people together. And although we're thankful that we were able to do it that way, we really now want to bring people together physically.
So explain to our audience what the Coastal Women's Forum is, because some people, Wendy and I know it pretty well, but our audience may not understand, how often we meet and what we do and all that.
So Coastal Women's Forum is a group that meets twice a month. There is an evening meeting, which is the first Tuesday of the month, and it's held at the Chelsea. And there is a networking activity. There is a speaker this coming September 6th is actually we have an attorney from Ward & Smith that's going to talk to us about copywriting, about logos, about how to protect our data.
Is it Angela?
What'd you say, Wendy?
Is it Angela?
Yes.
Oh, gosh, she's awesome.
Okay, great. Well, we have realized that we need this information, not just as an organization, but collectively as women in business.
Yeah.
And in nonprofits. And so we are really fortunate to have Angela come in. She's going to be sharing with us. And so we, of course, we always have a meal because we're in the South and we have to have a meal. So Chris does a great job at the Chelsea. And then there is a luncheon meeting, which is the third Wednesday. This month it will be September 21st. And that is going to be actually Miss Roberts, who is our public information officer for the city. So one of the things we want to make sure is that as we're coming together, we're sharing information. We're also coming together for the betterment of City of New Bern.
Oh, super.
And we think that's really important. And so we need to know, we need to be informed about what's happening in the city and what events are coming up and what things may be transpiring. We all know, weekly now we're hearing about what's happening on 70, but there's also things happening every day within the city. And so we're looking forward to having Colleen Roberts with us to share about what is going on in the city of New Bern. And that's just a highlight of what's going to be coming up, because each month we will have 2 speakers at each meeting. We sit together. The afternoon meeting, the daytime meeting, by the way, is held at the Flame. And so Spoke does a great job, obviously feeding us again after the speaker and after the networking event. We also, though, have an opportunity to, this year's theme, one of the things we'll be doing is working closely with Tried by Fire. That is the President's Charity of the year. I've chosen that charity because my theme for the year is Embracing Empowerment Together. Nice. And I couldn't think of an organization that was going to be working alongside of women to empower them and to try to work again together with them as they come out of a situation of incarceration where they've, really probably, quite frankly, not been encouraged, not been educated about things that maybe will help them succeed, coming back into everyday life. And so we're really looking forward to that partnership with Tried by Fire this year. And I think it is really for me, it seemed like the perfect fit of what we are as an organization, as women, and what we give. I mean, our women are amazing. They are dedicated not only to their businesses, to their families, to the city of New Bern, to the surrounding areas. It's not just New Bern, by the way. We have folks from Carteret County. We have folks from Pamlico County, from Craven County. It's not an organization that is just city limits. And although we do enjoy each other, it's not just a social activity. Right. There are other things that take place. And I think there's nothing wrong with getting together socially at all. But I think, again, we always have to be looking to understand and to learn and to be able to see what other people have. You know, we have such talented people. I was fortunate to be on. I was listening on my phone before I got on to the, I think you called it the backstage, looking, reading. And I love the Arts Council and I love what they do.
Mhm.
You know, they're fabulous. Well, you know, we have people that belong, that are artists that work with the Art Council. We have folks like Virginia Spencer from Carolina
Right.
Creative that deals with art. So see, right, within these few moments, we see an integration
Right.
of how things come together and how we can all give an opportunity to learn from each other in strengths. I am not an artist. I wish I was. I'm not. I went to one of those things where you paint.
Yeah.
Let's just say mine is not hanging on the wall. However, I have a great deal of respect for those that can. And just because I can't doesn't mean that I don't want to learn.
Right.
You know, it's just what happens. And I think that that's something that sometimes we miss. Our lives get so busy that we just go about what I'll call the route. We just keep on going this and this and this and this. But isn't it more encouraging and more inspiring when we're working together, when we're learning, doing different things, meeting new people? You know, there's always a cheer around the room, right? When somebody from Connecticut, Jane's like, yay, they're from Connecticut, or I'm like that when they're from Massachusetts, right? We're really becoming what I call a melting pot here in this area with people from so many different regions.
Yeah.
And I think that it's an opportunity to really spend time together.
So tell us how we can get involved.
Yes.
How do you get involved with the Coastal Women's Forum?
So you can get involved by coming to a meeting. You can go, the website is coastalwomensforum.com, and feel free to go right on that website. You can register for upcoming events. You'll also have contact information. You can send an email if you have questions. We'll be glad to, speak with you beforehand. Know that it's a place that you're welcomed and we want you to be part of it. It's not something where you have to come and feel uncomfortable or awkward. We're waiting for you.
Yeah, we're anxious to have you there. We've got a seat for you.
That's right. That's right. The table is never full.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, boy, I remember when we were celebrating the 25th anniversary.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. I can't believe the time was just.
Yes. Yeah. 34th year.
That's amazing.
Yes, it is amazing. And you look back and you have people, there's so many, people that were part of that original group and they still are active in the organization. Mm-hmm. And that's just wonderful, I think. They saw the need to bring women together then, and it hasn't changed. It's changed, but it hasn't decreased. We still need to be bringing people together.
Yeah. And the mission is still the same. Networking, education, empowerment, encouragement.
That's correct.
That's it. So it's fantastic. Thank you so much, Kelly, for being here today. Thanks for giving us another shout out for the Coastal Women's Forum. I'm, of course, a little biased, but and I'm so excited to have you at the helm this year. It's going to be a great year. I think to get past the whole thing of COVID and everything else, and to get us back out there and getting together again, it's just marvelous. And I love what you're doing with the meetings to get us to really connect with each other. And as she said, the invitation is open to any woman who wants to come and visit. Come hang out, get to know us, see if you want to stay, and love to have you.
Yeah, and if you want to just see what it's like we're all members, all three of us. I finally renewed my membership, but I need to attend the event. If you want
to see you in September, I know I am, Wendy.
Yes, you give me a holler at 252-259-6853. That will motivate me to. You and I will go to a meeting.
That's great.
And it will make me hold my feet to the fire to stop working and go attend an event because it's so important not to, like, I'm not self-isolating on purpose. It's just you constantly working, and it's like you need that.
Right. We get into our silos, and that's get this done. This is a great opportunity to get out there, meet some more people, expand your horizons, and we even have fun. So
we do. And besides, Wendy, you have things you need to share with us.
Yeah.
We need you.
Yeah, we
do. We need your knowledge. We need your insight. We need your personality. We need all of you with us.
Well, I appreciate that. And you guys.
No pressure, Wendy.
No.
So we'll see you on the 6th, Wendy.
Right. I was just going to say, I'll register you right now.
There you go. Click, click, click. She's done.
I'll have to check my wardrobe.
We don't care.
Wait, let's not confuse that for people. Come as you are.
Yeah.
We want you there.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes, indeed. So, well, thank
Great.
you, Kelly. Thank you for joining us. And I'm so happy that you're the president this year. So,
yeah, congratulations.
It's really a privilege. It's really a privilege to serve with this great group of people. And by the way, I have an amazing board of directors. I couldn't do it without the team.
That's true. It is a team effort, and they're spectacular. And everybody gets to meet the team when they come to a meeting. So
that's right.
All right.
More people. Great. Thank you, Kelly. This is fantastic. And I'll see you hopefully before the 6th.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, folks. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too,
Hope to see you all at a meeting.
All right.
We will. That's great. Yeah, and I'm telling you, to go to the Chelsea for dinner and to go to Flame for lunch, if nothing else, just go for the meals.
Just great food.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, that was a heck of a lineup of guests you had today.
That's a lot of information.
It sure is. It absolutely is. My goodness, we've barely got time to make any of the announcements for our upcoming events, but we can't miss out on those. That's part of why we're here.
Yeah.
Let me get started with
time. We're good.
Let's see. We've got the 25th, which is today. Is today the 25th? Oh my gosh, it is. All right. We've got a concert tonight in Havelock. It's the summer concert, the I-42 band featuring Brian Mayer from 6 to 9. And that's at City Park, 198 Cunningham Boulevard, Havelock. And it's being sponsored by Havelock Parks and Recreation. So please, sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you need more information, you can go to their website or 252-444-6429. There you go. Go ahead, Wendy.
And then on the 27th, which is that Saturday, the 248th anniversary observation of the New Bern Resolves ceremony and reception. It starts at 9:45 a.m. and there's going to be a parade. I should have pulled the information up.
Well, that's all right. But you can go and find out more about it on New Bern Now. There'll be the list there.
Yes.
So you can check on that, click on the link, and you'll learn more about the 248th anniversary observance of New Bern Resolves. And then on the 27th, also that Saturday, is Life on the Lesser Stairs. Get a backstage view of what was going on in Tryon Palace for the rest of the people, all of us little people. And that's at 3:30 at Tryon Palace. And I'm not talking just, little, I'm talking, little. At Tryon Palace, and that's at 529 South Front Street. If you need more information, call 252-639-3524 or go to New Bern Now and click on the link.
Yeah, there you go. Or enjoy some improv on the 27th, which is Saturday night. I think it's at 7:30. Walk-in bathtub celebrates Rock, Paper, Scissors Day. So
I can imagine this is going to be a hoot because this improv group is really funny. George Oliver is part of it. So that's all that needs to be said about that. You can learn more about that at the New Bern Civic Theater website. And again, on September 1st, we've got Life on the Lesser Stairs again at Tryon Palace. And what's really exciting is what's happening on the 2nd. Tell us about that, Wendy.
Footloose on the News.
Woohoo!
Summer concert featuring the Tams.
Nice.
that's a oldies music, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
fun
And
stuff.
that'll
6:30.
be at Union Point Park, of course, and that's such a lovely site.
Yeah, and by New Bern Parks and Rec. So
Yeah.
for questions, call 639-2901.
And on the 3rd, we've got Community Con invades Craven County, and that's 11 to 6 at the Craven County JC's Fairground, and that's way out on US Highway 70, and you can call 252-636-0303 for more information on that one. It looks like there's going to be a duel on the 3rd too. Wendy, tell us about that.
It's the annual Stanley Spade Duel. So yeah. Is there an echo?
Just in my head, but
Oh, okay.
no.
So it's at the New Bern Academy at 4 p.m. and that's located at 408 New Street.
There you go.
Yeah, that's presented by Tryon Palace. So
Super. And then, of course, this weekend, stop by the farmers market. Every Saturday, you can get locally grown produce, foods, arts and crafts, and you can meet new friends and catch up on things with all of your old friends, too. You never know. And they are open from 8 a.m. till 2 p.m., and that's the farmers market at 412 South Front Street here in downtown New Bern.
yeah.
And we've got also, if you haven't been there lately, the New Bern Craven County Public Library, they've got free Wi-Fi. They do computer classes, bingo, book contests, special exhibits, reading programs. Oh, you know what else they have? Books, DVD and movie rentals, and story hours. So this is not just a one-stop shop. It is more than that. You don't just get books there. You can get all kinds of things. Plus, just so you know, their book sale is coming up. Pay attention.
Oh yeah, the big book sale. And real quick, if you don't have Wi-Fi, or if you're traveling and you need a little Wi-Fi hotspot, they rent them out. So that's pretty cool.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. And check out the New Bern music calendar over on New Bern Now as well. It's a great resource to help you follow and support the local bands.
Actually, it's New Bern Music Calendar on Facebook. It's a Facebook page, and it's Joanne Friedman does that. It's a labor of love for her. I don't know how much love, because maintaining a calendar. I feel your pain, Joanne, but I appreciate you doing that for our community, so people can get out there and support our local bands and have fun.
There you go. And so for details and even more events, then go over to the newbernnow.com calendar and see what's going on, the community calendar, because there's so much happening in our area. And if you're bored, it's your own fault. So, Wendy, is that a wrap?
That's a wrap, Jane. Yeah.
Okay, so send your announcements, your stories and events, and Wendy will add them to the calendar on the New Bern Now website, and let her know if you'd like to be a guest, because she's always looking for guests for the program. Or if you have any questions or suggestions, give her a call at 252-259-6853, or send her an email at info@newbernnow.com. Wendy, where else can we find this audio and video?
It will be, well, the video and audio, or the video is on New Bern Now's Facebook page and YouTube channel. The audio will be uploaded to wherever you listen to your podcast, and to New Bern's news talk radio station, WNOS 103.9 FM. And what was I going to say? Okay, please don't call me like the day before or 2 days before and say, hey, I want to be on the show tomorrow. But I need a heads up, because the spots do get filled quick. So
yeah, and we're planning out the schedule week by week. So if you got something exciting coming up, let her know.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks in advance. Get you on the show, get you to talk about it. You never know what'll happen.
There you go. And Jane, thank you for everything. And thank you everyone for watching. And
my pleasure to be here. Glad to be here. Thanks, Wendy. Thanks for inviting me. I'm always happy to help you out with this.
Yay. Have a great day, everyone.
All right. Take care. Enjoy. Stay safe.
Bye-bye.